Yes, welcome to Pulse, guys, everybody. I'm Santiago, one of your hosts. Today we do have two very special guests. We got Sapphire Rose over here, and then we have the amazing cosplayer, Porcelaindoll.
Which camera do I know there's... Oh, I look at this one, right?
This one, yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
I was like, is there another camera I look at? And I don't know where it's at.
We need to upgrade. We'll upgrade eventually. A few more extra cameras, definitely.
No, you're good. It just sometimes there's a lot of cameras, and I'm just like, I don't know which one to look at.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, just act natural, and I'm like, how can you act natural? And all these cameras are like looking at you. You're like, is this my bad side? Are you getting my good side? Like, what's happening?
It's weird sitting over there because we did an interview together yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
So it was like awkward, being in different seats, like being in the hot seat, And then I always tell.
Hot seat?
Yeah.
We'll have that one. This will be like us two, then we're interviewing. But we try giving an episode where it was more about us because we haven't had an episode where it's just us. So we kind of did that one, and it was like it felt weird. We're like, oh man.
Yeah.
But then we tell people it's all right. Within 5 minutes, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And then we're sitting in there and this sucks.
We're like, oh, okay, we get it now.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you for having me.
Oh,
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
You're blowing up.
Oh, thank you. It's a lot of work, a lot of makeup, a lot of time.
Yeah, I figured that out today.
Like today, this is just like my regular wear of clothes, But this takes me about an hour and a half to 2 hours, like to do my makeup and then like figure out I have so many options of clothes. I'm just like, I don't know what to wear.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, this is a podcast. We need to bring in the audience, so I got to show my titties. So I was like, I'm gonna wear this shirt. Hopefully this works, and y'all stay watching. So I was like, I'm gonna do that. But yeah, normally, like I said, when you do the podcasting, like for me to get ready, it takes about 4 to 5 hours. Yeah, and since this is kind of early for me because I'm such a night owl. So instead of waking up at 8 this morning, I would have had to wake up like at 6. Yeah, or like 5:30 to actually start doing all like the makeup and transitioning. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's fun. I love it. I love creating. So
Then how big is your closet then at that point?
it's a lot. I have my own cosplay room. And so I have a 3-bedroom, and I have my game room, my cosplay room, and then my main bedroom. But I'm thinking about changing my game room into my wig room because I have so many wigs. I'm just like, oh my goodness. And there's this thing where you put the wigs on the wall, but it kind of looks like someone's head is on the wall. Like you cut their head off and you put their head on the wall. It's like, you just see like wigs on the walls, and I'm just like, I wonder if like someone actually breaks into my house and don't kidnap me. I mean, that's just a fantasy. Someone breaks into my house, like, oh my god, these like heads, like what's happening here? Yeah. But yeah, I have all sorts of colors, like the one you're wearing.
We just tried to help Albert today to bring his most other self today.
I was like, what's the good color? I think blue. Blue suits you.
I'm the little spoon.
I know. We tell him like you need your hair to grow out. Every time I split him, like I like to pet. But you have a game room, so you're like a streamer. You do stream.
Yeah. So I've been playing games since literally I was probably the time I was born. I picked up a remote because of my brother. My brother is 12 years older than me, so he was like super into gaming all the time. So I grew up in doing gaming with him, and he would babysit me, when my parents were working. So that's the only thing we could do was play games. And he had every single console. We've had every time it came out. We would play it. We would get in and we would play. I remember the first time PlayStation came out.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got the very first PS. Yeah, it was like a CD now, and we were just like, oh my god, we're all freaking out. But I kind of stopped playing games for a while, and then I'm trying to get back into it. So yeah, I used to Twitch Overwatch about 6 years ago.
Oh, nice.
So I was really good. Now I kind of suck. So I'm like.
Yeah, because that was huge when it came out. Everyone was just all over it.
It's such a great game. It's a fun game. And I have ADHD, so, like, I can't really... I love shooting games, adventure games, but like RPGs, forget it. I don't have the mentality to be like this potion and this, and I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I just want to get straight to the point. So fighting games, I love fighting games. Like I played a MK1. I bought that one and I beat that one in 2 days. That was the storyline or whatever.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That one was really fun. That was cool.
Yeah. I actually have a funny story. When we first got our first PlayStation 1, we got Tekken.
Ooh,
The first Tekken, right? And it was on disc. So I was running out of the bedroom, and I was like, I got Tekken. You know what I mean? And then I tripped on a blanket, and I just ate shit. But I saved the disc like this. So I was like, "Ooh!"
I mean,
and I was like, "I got it."
Save the disc. We didn't save your face. Your chin probably got hurt,
and then that's why he wears makeup now. Gotta contour the face now.
It's funny, but yeah, the PlayStation was a total game changer. I loved it, and I think that's why one of my favorite cosplays is Tomb Raider, Lara Croft, is because she was like the very first like hot girl or play girl, you know, was her. And I remember my brother was like in love with her, right?
I mean, pyramid titties were the thing.
Yeah,
when she walked, she was like, and then her butt and her hips were like this when she was walking.
Yeah, and it was a square. It was a
square.
butt. Rectangle butt.
Back then, it was like the thing, you know.
When she would crawl through the space.
Oh yeah! They'll like pause it.
And that was like the biggest game that came out was that Tomb Raider one, man.
Yeah.
And I like being such like an oldie gamer. I love like all the old school games, and I know a lot more about that than like the new games. New games, forget it. I think I cosplayed as from BioShock, one of the splicers from BioShock.
Yes.
And I went to San Japan, and everybody was like, "Are you from what did they say? It's a new game. I forgot what it's called, but Scream comes out in it. And they're like different characters. Yeah, Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, "Are you Dead by Daylight?" I was like, "No, I'm from BioShock." And they're like, "What's BioShock?" And I'm like,
What?
"Ah!" Yeah.
Making part 4?
Yeah.
No, they
Yes,
don't.
they're making a part 4.
That's gonna be fun. I love that game.
Man,
It was such a good game.
I actually have the Songbird. That's gonna be the replacement for this one.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad y'all know what it is.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Don't really know
They
what it
don't,
is.
and I always tell people when they haven't, it's like go buy the package. Like
Yeah,
just
they have the whole setup. I'm a PS player, and I just bought like the whole setup of the collection. There you go. I couldn't think. But yeah, and I made the mask, like the bunny mask, with it coming out and everything, and I made my own hooks,
Yeah.
the spicer hooks and stuff like that.
Your stuff is so
Cool.
dope.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so seriously.
It's like we
even
went
the
through
Tomb Raider
everything,
one.
yeah.
It's simple, but it's
Thank
fire.
you.
Yeah, it's so
I
cool.
appreciate it. Y'all are awesome. I love creating. Like I said, I love doing makeup, and I think the makeup is what brings it all together of the cosplay. To me, it does. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. But yeah. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Got you into it though, like cosplaying itself.
Well, my grandma, every year. Huh?
Wait. Your grandma?
My grandma, yeah, because every year for Halloween, since I was a little girl, she would make all my Halloween costumes. And she would be like, "Mija, what do you want? And what do you want to be?" And I was like, And then I'll tell her like what I want to be. And then we'll go to the fabric store, and she's like, "Which fabric do you think you would like?" Like, so I've always been around
Like more detail,
costumes and stuff like that. And then as I got older, I started designing my own. And I'm like, "Mom, I want this." Like I was a teenager, and I was like, "I want to be her. Or I want to do this costume or whatever, Halloween." And then it got into high school to where I started hearing about conventions.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, "I want to go," but none of my friends were into it. So I didn't have no one to go with.
Yeah.
And then a lot of my, past relationships, that they weren't into it either. So I was like, and then one day I was like, "You know what? Can I say cuss words on here?"
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I was like, "Fuck this, I'm going by myself." So I went by myself, and I dressed I didn't know what to dress as. I dressed as like a cute like Harajuku anime girl, and so I went there. And,
Like me?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I actually had a blue wig too. I did. And so it was called it was in Corpus Christi, 'cause that's where I'm from,
okay.
and it was called
you're from
Realms.
Corpus?
I'm from
Oh, cool.
Corpus,
Okay.
and it was called Realms Con, so it's like an anime convention there. And that was my first one. That was a long time ago. So
they have, like,
I've been
Corpus
doing
Anime
it.
now.
Yeah, I'm actually going to Corpus Anime. I'm doing media there. I think it's in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I
think
can't
it's like
remember.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
3 weeks, yeah. But it's back to back because I have the Alamo Hero that y'all are gonna be at.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then the next weekend, I'm a cosplay guest at TCG Con in Houston. And then the following weekend, I'm going to Anime Corpus for media. So I'm just like,
Hey, man, it's good to be busy, right?
yeah. No, it is. It's
Yeah.
awesome. But it just, everything's just back to back.
You're doing what you love. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That's so awesome.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's great. And I graduated with my radiology degree. I was an x-ray tech for a while. And I was just like, oh, this is not as what I wanted. It's not that great. And the whole medical system is just so fucked up.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't deal. I have such a good heart. I can't deal with this anymore. And I was trying to think, what else am I good at that I can, do?
Yeah.
And then 2020 came, and then that's whenever all that stuff happened. And due to medical reasons, I had to quit and everything. So I was like, oh, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
What am I good at? And I was like, I'm pretty good at makeup. So and I love cosplaying. And I wish I went to cosplays like San Japan and
Oh,
Big
yeah.
Texas and stuff like that. When I was working as an X-ray tech in college, going to college here. But I never really got to I was just an attendee.
Yeah, you
Oh,
weren't
okay.
part of
I
the
wasn't
event.
part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to be
I
part
guess.
of it, yeah. And then people started telling me, your makeup is really good. Like your cosplays are really good. Maybe you should do a cosplay guest. I was like, no one's gonna want to see me. Like who's gonna want to pay for a print of me? Like that's just me thinking, And then they're like, no, like you're good. Like you should try. You never know. I was like, yeah, why not? And so I created my Instagram and came up with my name. And yeah, from there I kind of blew up. So
What inspired the
pretty
name?
awesome. My grandma. Me and my grandma. It is. So whenever I was born, I was like 5 pounds, 3 ounces, or no, or 3 pounds. I was little. Like, I was, they thought that I was like a preemie. Yeah, and that I had jaundice. They thought I had like yellow skin. And now I'm like a 5'9", 160-pound woman. I don't know how that little baby, now I'm this big. But yeah, so my mom said that I was really pale. And I would sleep a lot. And I love to sleep. I'm still love to sleep. She's like, you were such a good baby. You were always like asleep. And she goes, we didn't know if you were alive or not. They're alive. Because that's all I would do is I wouldn't cry. And I really wasn't that hungry. Yeah, and they're alive. The little mirror. And then she was like, you look like a little porcelain doll. So they used to call me Monoquita in Spanish. So they would say, and then my nickname was Quita, from Monoquita to Quita, because I said I look like a little porcelain doll that looked dead, I guess. I don't know. And so from there, my family nickname is Quita.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so my whole family calls me that, from Monoquita, which means porcelain doll or doll, So that's where I got my name from. And plus, I like to change, I'm kind of like a shapeshifter, like a doll.
Full head to toe transformation with all your cosplays.
Yeah, it is. It really is. I don't know. I just get ideas sometimes in my head, and I was like, man. And I try to do cosplays that are kind of out of the box for me. So I like to what's the word? Challenge myself.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So like the Mystique that I did, I was like, I don't know if I can do Mystique, but I guess I'll try.
It was a cool. I like the initial one that I saw because it was like transitioning into.
Yeah.
I thought that was a cool concept.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I did that out of the blue. Like I went to Anime Frontier, and I just came back from Disney World like a week before. So I was like, oh shit. I didn't know I was gonna have enough money because Disney World's expensive. Very expensive. So I was like, okay, well, I have money to go to Anime Frontier. What the hell am I gonna be? And I like to do new cosplays at cons. I don't like to recreate. I like to do new ones. So I was like, and I was looking and I was trying to think, and then I was like, what haven't I done? I was like, dude, I should do Mystique. So that whole thing was a cosplay closet. I just had in my closet. I just kind of put together, and then I literally just put that outfit together probably in 15 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like that.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I was like, I need a white dress because like in the comics and in the animated, she was wearing the white with the belt and all that, and I was like, okay, I need a white. So that's actually a I bought it for the beach. It's like a mesh white, and I was like, okay, my titties are showing, so I can't. This isn't an 18 up con, so I put a white bikini underneath, and then I put that over. And then I even had blue face paint. I actually found blue face paint, thank goodness, in my drawer. But it wasn't like a good face paint that I usually use. It's kind of like an Amazon cheap face paint, you know. So I was getting kind of mad because I'm just used to high quality makeup. Yeah. But I didn't have that blue, but I found that one. And I was putting it on. I was like, man, I better look good. And then I saw myself too white, so I started putting the blue onto the outfit. And then I found some of like my bondage stuff. I'm like, she's gonna be a bondage Mystique. So I put the harness on, and then and I had white gloves, so it all came together. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's so crazy. Just everything, just like.
Yeah, I can create pretty fast on the spot. And then I went to the con. Everybody loved it, and I was thank God. I was like, there's some top-notch cosplayers at Anime Frontier. It's in Fort Worth. They are really good. Yeah. And I was like, I don't want to look like a rookie over here. But no, everybody was like, oh my God, Mystique. Everybody loved it. And then I saw Nightcrawler there, and he was there. Perfect. So yeah, I got to take a picture. Yeah, I have a little boy. I got to take pictures with him.
It's not a really common cosplay you see at a lot of cons. It's a difficult one, definitely.
Because you basically gotta be naked.
Yeah, either you're going the newer or you're going traditional. There's like that middle one where it's a little weird.
Yeah, with clothes.
Yeah.
It's very like that's. I had to wear a bodysuit because if I was to do my whole body, that would have been like an 8-hour process. There's no way. Sure. So I was like, I'm doing a fucking bodysuit. I'm sorry. So even with the bodysuit, every little movement will show, like your longhas will show, something is gonna show if you sit down, or like you're moving a certain way. So I literally had to like suck it in and like pull back my back. See? Are y'all still here? I'm just kidding. And I was like, don't breathe. But yeah, so Salomon actually took the photos from the South.
I know our boy, man. We love working with him, so we've been, with the podcast, we've been working with him since day one, but I've known him for like at least 2-3 years now. Yeah. And man, he's just an amazing dude. Shout out to Southtown Barbers, our sponsor.
Awesome.
Promo code
Pulse. You guys get a little hook
up.
Promo
code?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Pulse.
Pulse. P-U-L-S. Yeah, I think it's Post.
I know, yeah.
Postmates, you can do. But if they want to sponsor, we can go there.
Awesome. Yes. Yeah, he took the photos of me, and it was great. We had a great time. Yeah, I was like, this is just a run through. So hopefully because I like to do run throughs of my cosplays before I'm a guest. Because when I'm a guest, it's less time to do the makeup, and I'm like, cause I already know what to do. Yeah. But yeah, that Mystique makeup just for the face, then it took like 3.5 hours to figure it out. Like, what am I gonna do? And it's a lot of blue, so you kind of have to like make it look. There's highlights at certain points of the face. Yeah. So you had to put white on there. It's like, oh, the white's too white. Now I gotta put like a baby blue. It's like a lot of like trial and error. Yeah, to do. So, but one thing that I'm actually gonna do. I guess this is new. It's super new. No one steal my idea. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. If you like the idea, you can do it. But I'm going to do Mystique. So every convention that I'm going to attend, I'm going to do one day of Mystique, but she's going to be transforming into another character. So I'm going to do like Mystique transforming into like Laura Croft. Yeah. So it'll be like me in the Mystique into another.
Cosplay kind of. Oh, dang.
So like
that's so cool. Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So it's kind of like catch me at this con and see what I'm be morphing into this time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So something like cool like that. It's gonna be a lot of work.
A lot of work because you're gonna have to like cut clothes in half.
I'm gonna have to literally buy every suit, like at least like 5. I'm gonna start off with like 3 bodysuits of hers and buy them, and then cut them in half,
Yeah.
and then sew like the other pieces together, and then try to figure out how to make it look like it's morphine.
You can't do a straight line. You kind of have to like a little.
It has to be like jagged.
waving.
Yeah.
That's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna be cool
Yeah.
to see.
And the whole wig thing too, like Laura Croft, how she has her braid.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to buy like 2 wigs and then cut them, and then maybe like sew them.
Oh.
Because Mystique has the red,
Yeah.
and then Laura Croft has the braid, the black hair. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll say
Ambitious.
Ambitious. But we're looking forward to it. Definitely.
Yeah. So I just have a lot of ideas. It's just to do it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Yeah, hopefully you'll get a team eventually, blow up even more. You get a little bit of a team to help you out to get that stress at least out of the way.
Yeah, I
know.
definitely need a seamstress. I'm not really good at sewing. Not a good sewer. I tried. My grandma tried teaching me back in the day, and I was like, forget it. I can't do this. It's a different skill.
Yeah.
Some people have it, and some people don't. I do not have that skill.
Grandma actually showed me on a singer.
Really?
Yeah.
You know how to sew?
Yeah, the one with the pedal. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, so she taught me. I was raised by women, so.
As you guys can tell.
But that's a good skill to see. That's a good skill to know.
Clean, all that stuff, yeah.
He's been making a good wife. I've well taken care of.
That is so funny. But yeah, so that's like one of my projects. I guess you could call it a project.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about like being naked? I know that sounds very out there. You know what I mean?
Like in
Like-
public?
Public cons, and then we know now you do have your OnlyFans page as well.
So when I'm in public, I do the 18 and up conventions. So like Etchy Fiesta. I saw one of y'all's podcasts you were talking about that, and I was like, they're talking about Etchy Fiesta. That's awesome. So I was a cosplay guest last year at Etchy Fiesta. First of all, I lost like 40 pounds. And so I was really self-conscious in my body before, and I was like, I don't know. And then now I lost weight, and now that I'm older, and then now that I'm like, dude, we have no a lot of time on this earth anymore. Like who's gonna know who I am like 50 years from now? Nobody. Like who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? So I was like, I'm going full ahead. But it took me some time. I didn't go straight into like wearing pasties only. I was wearing like lingerie, and then from there, I started getting comfortable. And at these conventions, at the 18 up one, everyone makes you feel so comfortable there. And no one's judging you about your body type or like what you're wearing or, oh, that's an ugly cosplay. Nobody's like that at all. Everyone's very exceptional. So, and then there's also security there as well to make sure you're safe and everything. And, so just me being in lingerie and stuff. And then, little by little, I was like, okay, I'm taking this off. I'm putting this pasty on. But my first time actually being in public in a pasties was last year for the Etchy Fiesta when I was a guest. Yeah. At first I was like, I don't know, because my titties are real. First of all, and there's gravity. And I was like, I don't know. I'm not wearing a bra. They don't look this good.
And they're not that small.
Yeah, they're not that small. I'm a D naturally. So thank you, Mama. So I got the good genes from her. But I was wearing like a one-piece pink outfit, and the boobs were cut out. And I ordered everything online, so I can't try it on. Yeah. So I put it on. I'm like, oh my God! And then it comes like little pasties, and I put them on. I'm like, I don't know, gravity's doing its thing. This looks appealing or not. And so I went to the convention. You always had to be covered up entering and exiting. Yeah. So I have a robe, and I put it on. I'm just like, I'm at my table, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so scared. Fuck it. And I was like, I need a drink, and I took a shot, and I was just like, And then people started coming. Of course, you know, it was awesome. I had a great time at Chi Fiesta, and yeah, some of the guys were kind of like nervous. You know, when they're coming up, they don't want to seem kind of like creepers, you know, like.
Yeah,
And I'm like, hey, come over here. It's okay. You can come see me. You want to take pictures with me and my titties? Come on. Like, that's why you're here.
They're like this around the corner, like in the booth, like.
I can just imagine that they're running through the cross. Take pictures of my titties.
I have a sign.
You probably scare them.
Let's go.
It's too much. There's too much cleavage.
But it's fun, and there's also a thing that I do as well is I don't know if you know who Phil Ninja is. He's really popular in the cosplay world.
Oh, okay.
He wears all black, and he has like a face mask with like I don't know what's on your head if you're watching Ninja. It's like a little hamster, and he takes pictures with he's famous for taking pictures of cosplayers sitting on him.
Oh,
So
okay.
he would be like on all fours, you know, looking down, and then the girls would sit on his back, face their butt. It is so good though. He has he has thousands of followers, thousands on his Instagram. So and girls stand on him, and yeah, he's called Phil Ninja. He's super popular. You say that in the cosplay world, and they're like, oh yeah, I know him. So I'm really good friends with him. And then I was like, man, that's kind of a good idea. Take pictures of like me sitting on guys, right?
Yeah.
So at Etchy Fiesta, I was just like, actually, it was at YumiCon because YumiCon has an 18 and up.
Yeah, that was my first 18 and up, and it was like it was a chill.
Did you see me
Maybe
I was Jessica.
Convention center.
there? Yeah. I was Jessica Rabbit, and then I was
It was
Peach.
you then. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I couldn't say hi with my wife.
Oh. Well, I'll do this time, next time.
But no, because I mean, she was like, "Oh, you want to go in?" I was like, "I mean, let's see what it's about." We went. We're like very surprised. We're like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
It is 100% more like,
Etchy,
oh yeah,
yeah.
definitely etchy. I was like, we were really surprised.
You need an ID to get into that room.
Badge and everything, the
Yeah.
ID, but it was very interesting. But it was fun. It was like, oh, okay, cool. You know what I mean? It's something.
All the lewd artwork and stuff. Have you ever been there before?
They have skateboards and stuff too, with all the lewd stuff and everything. Like they have like the ones they have the censored and the non-censored versions of everything that's there. And then I do remember now. You were there.
Yeah, I was there. That wasn't me. That's not a meme audio.
Right at the door, right? Like right. Yeah.
This guy comes in with a big ass camera. He was like media or something, and then I was with Jessica. Was I in Jessica or was I the Peach?
No, at that time.
I think I was.
You were Jessica.
I was Jessica Rabbit. Yeah. And this guy comes in. No, I was Peach whenever that guy came in with the big camera.
Oh, okay.
And he comes in and he's just like, and then I'm like, I'm always standing up at my table.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to sit down because when I sit down behind my table, I feel like no one is. Some people are scared to approach me.
Mm-hmm.
So when I stand in front of my table, I stand next to my table. I try to be standing up, you know. So it'd be like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, talk to people.
Yeah.
You know. Sorry. I got too excited. So whenever he was coming in, I was standing up, and he was like, he looked kind of like he didn't know what was going on, and then I was like, welcome to Jurassic Park. Then he started laughing. He's like, oh my God, can you do that again? But let me like come in the room.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I got you, bro.
Yeah.
So that's on their little media thing.
Jessica, right? 'Cause that's when me and my wife we went in when you were.
They
Jessica.
were telling me about that.
Yeah.
But you're like, bro, it's not like what you think.
It's not what you think, because we were doing the regular thing. And then they're like, oh, they seem.
But you had VIP passes,
Yeah,
right?
because that's the one you needed for the. You can buy it separately, but the VIP already came included with it. So that's the one we had. The first day, we went. Me and my wife, and we went. And we're like, you know what? Let's just check it out and see what it is. What it's about. So we did the thing, and it was like. I remember Jessica Rabbit specifically because my wife was like, yo, she had nice tits.
Well, thank you.
And I was like, oh, I didn't notice. I was like,
told me about
I was
that.
trying to play it off like, oh, no, I didn't notice.
I know,
was like, who?
I didn't see her.
I love that. Well, thank you. I like her. She's awesome.
But yeah, we're definitely now trying to get into Etchy Fest and trying to like at least because I know people have like the stigma about it, but it's like when we had TJ and Tyler here, they're like, no, it goes crazy. It goes like it's real fun stuff. And it's like so we definitely want to
Told
promote
us
some
some
stories about it. I was like, really? They're like, yeah, there's just some crazy stuff.
There is. Well, it was hard for me to actually, because it was their first year doing Etchy Fiesta was last year. So, you know, I was a guest there, and it was hard for me to actually experience the con because I'm not even kidding. There was so many people at my table. It was like a line, and then there was like people actually. They were like blocking the walkway. So
Murdered that day? Or
Like, you had
I did extremely well for that. I was like, man, I need to go to more of these. I'm all Googling 18 up cons. Colorado, I'm there. New York, I'm there. But yeah, so it was a great turnout, but I was literally so sorry. Part about wigs. I was so busy. Like it was like nonstop, like signing, taking photos. I had to take photos in the back because, like I said, there was so many people that there was no. And there was 2 other cosplayers, and I felt kind of bad because this girl was busy too, like me, but she really wasn't. And she has like 1 million followers. That's how she has like a lot of. And I was like, how does she not have anybody at her table?
But that means you might have more local followers.
I don't know, maybe, but she's a pretty popular cosplayer, and one of the vendors he's an artist and he does drawings and stuff, like artwork, and he's like Crystal. That's my real name. He was like, Crystal, oh my God. He's like, your table is popping. And I'm I know. And I literally had to take breaks in the back because I was just like 2 minutes, hold on. And then I would go back out there. It was insane, but it was fun. But I didn't get to experience and walk around because, I was a guest. But there's no complaints. It was awesome. It was fun meeting everybody. Yeah. And I got to meet a lot of new people, so.
Okay. You didn't have to, because we're always thinking, man, there's must be some thirsty dudes at these conventions. And it's like, you didn't have
I was telling her, I was texting her, I was like, thank God for pervs.
Yeah, it's like, they make you money, Gabe. They make you money,
Yeah, and it's awesome. Everyone was so sweet. Everybody was really nice. No one's disrespectful. But where I came from, the ninja thing was I charge people for photos, and I also charge people for my merch and stuff, and also charging money for me to sit on them.
Oh.
Yeah. So that one at YumiCon, I charged them. And this group of guys, it was like 3 of them, and you look like they don't know anything about anime. It looks like they just stumbled upon YumiCon, and they were in the 18 up room, and they look very country boys. They're probably in their early 20s, and they just got off of work at the refinery or something. I don't know, but that's what they told me. They're like, we literally just got off of work. Sorry, we're all dirty. And I was like, oh no, you're good. And then I was talking to them have you ever been here before? And they're like, no, it's our first time. And I was like, you want to take a picture with me? And then they're like, I don't know. And then I was like, it's okay. I was like, here, get on the floor. And then he's like, what? And then I was like, yeah. I was like, get on the floor. And he was like, oh, all right. And then he's like, you guys go on all fours like that. He's like, and his friend was laughing hysterically. And then I was Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah.
And I sat on him with my butt facing that way, and I'll turn that way, and they took a picture of me. And then his friends were just cracking up, and they're like, "Oh my God!" They're like, "Thank you for this," because he's been having a very hard day. Pulled me to the side, and he's been having a hard time, I guess, in life, And it's really nice to see him smile. Yeah. And that was made me want to cry. And I'm like, oh, because he was genuinely smiling. He was having such a great time. And they were like, he had such a great time with you. Thank you for that. And I was like, oh, yeah. So that's what it's about, too. A lot of people are kind of, everyone's not really having, they're having a lot of mental issues. We all suffer from it. So it's really nice to go to conventions and talk to people and, relate to people and talk to them and have fun because you don't know, people have a lot of stuff going on in their life, and when you talk to somebody with good energy, good vibes. You just it just makes that whole day fun, you know.
Definitely, you know, especially some of these guys are there. They're either just they only play games, they only play anime.
Yeah, they're
So
kinda
they
shy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're really shy. They're not they don't really have a lot of social skills. A lot of people don't, you know. Not just them, but a lot of other people.
Yeah.
So, I just try to make them feel as comfortable and talk to them and kind of like get them out of their little shell a little bit. Yeah. So, and there was another. I've had a lot of people compliment me. There was it was his brother, his little brother. He's a little. He's probably like I don't know, he's 19, 18 years old. and I was talking to him, and you can tell he kind of had like he was autistic or he had some sort of disability. And it was at YumiCon, I believe, and at the 18 up one. And so yeah, he had to be 18 up because he was in the room. And I was talking to him, this and that, and he got an autograph from me, and then his brother came, and he's like, hey, I was like, I know my brother has like mental issues and stuff like that, and I really appreciate you talking to him, you know, and actually, you know, getting to know him and interacting with him. And I'm like, oh yeah, you know. So I don't want to cry, but that's why I love cosplaying.
No, especially if you're like doing a character for some people that they love, you know.
Yeah.
I
To
know,
see that
yeah.
stuff, you know?
And that's cool too. That like you bring joy, you know what I mean, to people. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. Is that was that like? Were you choosing to do that, or like it just happened? Like,
I'm sorry,
like to help people.
To help people,
Like, you know, like the people
a bonus, I guess.
Yeah,
More, you know what I mean?
I think because all of us, I guess because all of us love, like in our childhood, we didn't really have a great childhood. You know, sometimes we're just like, I want to be Superman, or I know who I wanted to be, Catwoman. That was like the girl. That was like the girl when I grew up. I was like, I want to be her. Okay. You know, a lot of people don't have that childhood to where they got to experience being a child. You know, and a lot of people grew up too fast. Yeah. So you know, and then now you're an adult, and everyone is like, you shouldn't be liking that. That's for kids. That's kids stuff. That's kids. You know, and a lot of people start judging you. Yes, exactly. They start judging you because of the stuff you like, you know. So I feel like I find it really awesome me cosplaying as an adult and seeing other people cosplay, because we all accept each other, you know, and for us to like actually dress up and be that character that we wish we were when we were kids, but now we're adults and we're like, yes, this is awesome. And then we get alcohol involved. We're like, this is even more awesome because we go to raves in our cosplays. Yeah, even better. And then you get to connect with adults who love the same stuff as you do. So it's awesome. I love it.
It's a good community. Everyone always like supportive. And have you done a lot of anime ones? Like, are you
gonna hate me? Yeah, I'm not really into anime. Not really into anime. I have tried.
I've noticed the trend with cosplayers, like
they don't like anime.
They're not too much into anime.
No, I tried it. I tried watching it, and I fell asleep.
Out for y'all though,
Yeah.
like y'all can pull it off.
Yeah, I don't cosplay anime characters, if you notice, in any of my cosplays. I don't cosplay stuff I don't know. If I don't know it, I'm like, I'm not cosplaying. So I guess this is more anime fashion.
Yeah. Okay.
I love the anime fashion of it. I love Harajuku, you know. I love the kawaii and all that stuff. I love the fashion sense of it. Yeah. But I can't watch the animated. No.
Just can't.
I can't, and I love Disney. Like, Disney is my thing. Yeah. I mean, hello, I have Disney tattoos, and now you would think that I love animation of that, but I can't do. Even when I was a little kid, I tried watching Dragon Ball Z when I was 7, and I was like, no, can't do this. No.
So what do you have on your sleeve?
So I have Princess Aurora here, and like I said, I haven't shaved, so she's kind of hairy right now. And then I have Maleficent. She's my favorite villain. And then I have my Harry Potter tattoo here, and then my Snow White. Yeah, but my artist from Snow White, I've had this for like 10 years. And
that's 10 years old.
Yeah.
That looks great.
He does mainly Japanese style. Yeah. And I told him, I was like, I really love your work. Can you just please do my Snow White? But he moved to Colorado, so I haven't finished it. It's been a while. been a
If you
while.
have a convention up there, you can.
I know, right?
Finish it off.
Yeah, so yeah, I love tattoos, but I'm kind of done with it now. I'm just like, I spent too much money on my cosplay.
It's like tattoos or cosplay, right?
Yeah. Which one makes money?
Yeah.
I mean, it's awesome that I have tattoos, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's funny because now you like Maleficent, you like to do Laura Croft, and it's like Angelina Jolie kind of did both, you know?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, I love
She did
it.
good Maleficent.
She did
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
She's such a great actress in general.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she can do anything.
You say before we were saying that you're more of a collectible person.
Yeah,
so what do you have?
I collect purses
Purses.
with Disney
Oh,
on it.
that's cool.
So it's a Coach purse, but it has the 101 Dalmatians on it. It's really cute. I collect a lot of Loungefly purses too. So there are a lot of like Disney, like I do a lot of Disney collecting. Makeup, I do a lot of makeup collecting as well,
Oh,
like makeup
speaking of-
palettes.
Speaking of, I got you something.
You did?
Oh yes,
there.
right there in front of the table.
Hold on. I think my viewers will like this.
Yeah.
Are y'all still here? Oh my god, this is so awesome! Thank you! Man, I cannot get enough of makeup. I'm telling you. There is no such thing as too much make. Oh, how cute! It's little Animal Crossing. You know, I've never played this game, but I think it's so adorable. Like all the little characters.
Check 'em
They're little
Are
books.
so
Yeah, there's a huge fan base for Animal
Yes.
Crossing, and the fact that it's
Yeah.
still been ongoing is crazy.
Yeah, they still, and I don't get it. You don't do shit.
There's nothing. You're just doing
You
activities.
just fish
You're
and you
just-
like dig up stuff and like
It's
that's
just-
pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's it.
You get presents?
Yeah.
My little niece was showing me. Ooh, and it's Color Pop. I love Color Pop. How pretty! Look at all. Look. Okay, we're gonna start swatching. I'm gonna start doing my YouTube. Look how pretty that is. Oh wow, that is so cute. I love glitter. Can't go wrong with glitter. Thank you so much. Y'all are freaking awesome, man. I need to come over to y'all's podcast some more. Podcast.
We'll think our new genre. We're going to the podcast today.
But yeah, my niece was showing me on her Switch, and I was like, "What is this?" And she's like, "Hold on." And then she's like showing me, like, you know, and you can dream. She's like, you can go to sleep, and then you can go into your dream. And I'm like, what in the heck is this? Are we on LSD or what? And she's like, yeah, and then you go into the dream, and then you can do certain things, and then look, watch. And you can see it falling asleep. And then you can see, like, she clicks on the, like, little bubble of it dreaming, and then you're, like, in the dream. And I'm like,
I know, it's so crazy. They even had to come out with like the Switch like skin, like a
It's
whole
kinda
thing.
like-
Where it's like it's a whole Animal Crossing now.
it's kind of like The Sims in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, how cool. It has little rocker heads on there. The skulls with the mohawk. The rocker heads. Oh, just a tint. This is awesome. Thank you. Y'all are so sweet. Oh, and speaking of Alamo Hero, are y'all having y'all's own booth there?
Yes.
I know I was trying to message y'all, but I'm always busy. So,
Yeah.
like, when I'm messaging y'all, it's kind of like short sometimes because I'm, like, doing something. And I have ADHD, so sometimes I forget. I'm really forgetful.
Oh,
And my laundry.
he has ADHD too, and it's like I come home, dinner's not ready because he forgot something. I'm there like I have to like, don't worry, we can eat out.
Have you ever had like where you forget that you're doing the laundry and your clothes are in the washer for like 3 days, and then you open it and you're like, oh shit, I forgot to put it in the dryer like 3.
I have it where it's like I left it in the hamper because you're bringing it up to your room, and it's like, oh, it's like that's technically clean, but
Technically, it smells pretty good. It's passable.
I'll literally tell somebody the same fucking story right after the next person. And I just forgot that I told the same story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do too.
And I'm like, and I gotta be like, did I tell you this? I'm not sure. He's always trying to wrangle me in because I'm like the ideas are just like always on fire. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I am the same way.
Yeah.
And I feel like people, and I'm like, are y'all just being nice that you're just saying, like, did y'all hear this story already and you're just being nice to me? Because tell me. I'm not going to get my feelings hurt. Tell me.
What's your sign?
I'm a Scorpio.
Oh, you're a Scorpio.
Yeah.
Don't they get
Okay.
along with like everybody, right?
I
don't know that one.
He hates us.
Really?
You know
Because in
why?
November, because it's the most serial killer birthdays are Scorpios.
Oh, really?
Yes.
But I feel like nobody really likes us because I am a very blunt person.
Yeah.
Scorpios, yeah.
And a lot of people can't take the truth, okay?
Yeah.
And if you don't look good, if somebody comes up to me and is like, "Do I look good in this?" and you don't, I'm like, I'm not gonna be mean and like, "You look shitty." Like I'm not like that. I'm like, no, maybe try something else. Or I don't like the top on you. Maybe try this. No, not really. You know, and a lot of people they can't take it.
Yeah.
You know, or they ask me a question like, truthfully, honestly, I'm going through like tell me like a story, and then I'm just like, no. Like I say something and then like the truth of how I feel and they get all butthurt and I'm just like, but I'm a friend though.
Yeah, but you mean well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you'd rather have a friend that tells you the truth than just what you want to hear.
Exactly. That's a real friend.
Yes, for real. And but you know, I'm not mean. I'm gonna be like, man, you look fat. Like I'm not like that. Like I'm not gonna say anything like that. But if you ask me a question, I'm gonna respond honestly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sugarcoat. I don't sugarcoat shit because I don't like people doing that to me.
Yeah.
You know.
I like the people like if you have a booger in your nose and they're like, hey, you got a booger. And you're like, hey, appreciate you. You know what I mean?
And, and I have a very dark sense of humor too.
Oh, same.
We got that.
I'm just like, ooh. And sometimes I say stuff, and I'm just like, oh man, hopefully I didn't offend anybody.
I laugh at inappropriate things all the time. Yeah, if somebody gets hurt, I think it's hilarious. Yeah, if they deserve it, then it's
they
funny.
deserve it.
Yeah.
You laugh first, then help.
Yeah. I'm a Gemini.
Oh, okay.
I'm an Aries.
You're an Aries?
Yes.
What?
I'm an Aries, man. Yeah.
And you were so far from an Aries.
Oh, heck yeah.
Are you?
He's a teddy bear. This dude, he's just a lover.
I'm a loyal person, but the thing is, it takes a lot for me to get angry.
Oh, when he does?
Yeah, and it's like, but once that is there, like, okay, I'm done completely with everything. It's like, I'm not afraid to be like, this completely 100% delete from my life, you know? But it takes a lot. I get that patience from my father. My mother's the opposite with Scorpio.
Your mom's a Scorpio too?
Scorpio.
But I'm like that too. Like, I don't get mad. It takes a lot for me to actually, like, lash out. But when I lash out bad. That's the only thing, a flag of mine, I guess, is I hold everything in.
Yes.
You know, and then I think because it came from as a child, I was the only child. So I didn't get to talk to anybody about my problems or my issues. Yeah. So, you know, like, you don't get to talk to
I had
anybody,
a dog.
So you have,
His name was Sir Weenie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it a wiener dog?
Yeah. He was knighted.
It was his emotional support dog. Then we had to get an emotional support dog for his emotional support dog.
That's a good one. But yeah, so, you know, we got to keep everything inside. I didn't have no one to talk to about my problems or my issues. So I think that's with me growing up now. I still don't talk to people about my problems or issues. I just keep everything inside. I'm not a really good communicator. You know, if something's wrong, I don't say anything. I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm just like, I'm good. Because I don't like to make other people feel sorry for me. I think that's what it is.
It's not your problem.
Yeah, it's my problem, so I'm holding it inside. And then, but if there's like an issue that I'm like keeping inside, and I get drunk and I am on tequila and I'm on Jose Cuervo or some shit, man, that shit will come out, and I get really mad. You know, other than that, I'm pretty cool.
After I stab you,
I'm pretty cool.
cool.
That was good. That wasn't good. That wasn't good at all. But no, it's just yeah. I understand where you're coming from, what you're saying.
Yeah, I definitely do have. I fit the criteria for a Gemini.
Yeah.
Completely. Yeah, because I could just get pissed on a dime, or I can be happy as fuck all the time. You know? But then you cross me, and then yeah. But see, I mean, I do hold it in, but it sounds like not as much as you.
No, we know that.
Yeah, no, I don't. No, I'll say something. I'll say or do
It's a
something.
heavy thing. Yeah, I think I had to learn that too, because I was the only child for 12 years, and then my little brother came in. But it was different. I can't really open
The
it.
accident?
It was more me always asking for. I was the one that's in there. Hey guys, doing it. Make me a brother. But yeah, so like for me, there was no one to talk to. Of course, I wasn't gonna talk to my 2-year-old little brother. Like, man, my problems, you know.
I know, yeah.
So but now as an adult, I had to learn to open up more, especially with my wife and all that stuff. It's like I was the bottled in kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that was something. But it's weird, you know what I mean? Opening up to someone, because it's like, if you are comfortable with them, but it's like, well, still, you're always then back like, well, how far can I open up?
I know, right?
You know what I mean?
Before they think I'm a fucking weirdo.
Yeah. It's like,
For real. I get that all the time. I think about stuff like that because when I'm interacting with fans and stuff, I'm always myself. You know, I never try to be someone fake. And I'm talking with them, and I have a lot of, like I said, I have really dark humor. I have a lot of sexual humor, and I'm just like, hopefully I didn't say anything that was too bad, and now they think I'm a weirdo. I'm just gonna put up a sign on my table. If I say anything bad, I am so sorry. I apologize in advance. But yeah. So yeah, it's kind of hard to find people who actually will accept dark humor and stuff. Like, because I said a lot of people are so sensitive nowadays, and it kind of sucks. Because I'm very into. I grew up with like old SNL. You know, I grew up with a lot of like the old comedy, and I remember South Park came out. I was like in 3rd grade watching that. So my whole family are all comedians. Like they're not comedians professionally, but I'm saying like they have a good sense of humor. Our whole family does. And so yeah, we can joke around pretty much whatever we want. And a lot of my friends, like, they'll say something like, "Oh my God, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that from your parents." I'm like, "No, they're good. They probably they laughed at it. They're good." We're a humorous family. You're good.
There's so many times on my text, I'm like, "Ugh, I don't know if I said that right. Like, I know what I meant, you know what I mean? But I'm like, that if you read it, it kind of sounds fucked up. So I'm like, just FYI, this is professional. I have to like reiterate,
especially since like you
back.
like to like when you're ADHD, you're typing, but like you're thinking ahead of your typing, so like sometimes that flows into your text.
Yeah.
And I'm over here, and I'm like, and it's like, let me call him. This doesn't make sense a little bit sometimes. I'm like, it's like, hey, what is this?
He's like, did you have a seizure?
Yeah, so I'm trying to be as professional as I can, when I'm out there, and also in here sometimes. But I'm also in here, and I have to like think now before I say stuff on a professional level, because like I said, I don't want people. I mean, people are always gonna judge you, whatever you say, But if you see like those YouTubers, like, and the makeup artists are like, "Oh, look, they said something 20 years ago, 15 years ago on their Twitter," and I'm like,
"Who cares?
Who cares?" And like, we're canceling them because they said this 15 years ago on their Twitter, and I'm like,
come on, like.
Or you'll find blackface like from 20 years ago.
Yeah, it's like
oh my God,
he's right.
Tropic Thunder. Oh my God, I love that movie.
Try to cancel Robert Downey Jr. for that. I'm like,
that's such a funny episode. That movie is so
one of my
good.
favorite ones.
Yeah.
I'm disguised as a dude, playing a dude disguised as another dude. I was like, what?
I think one of my friends, we do like some of my group of friends, we do trivia nights at McIntyre's, and there was this one trivia, and you had to come up with team names, and I was like, we should be called Booty Juice, and they're like, ew, what are you talking about? And I'm like, it's from Tropic Thunder, and they're like, oh, we never seen it, and I'm like, oh my God. And he was gay the whole time.
I love the fact that when they drop down into the jungle and they're like, "Let's go, this is serious," and then poof, they're like, "This is good special effects."
It's like out and drop character after the commentary. I love that one too. And if you see the extended edition with the commentary, he's still doing the commentary. I was like, that's so amazing. I love Robert Downey Jr., man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then White Chicks was awesome too. Whenever they dressed like the white girls, that was hilarious.
I miss you.
Yeah.
Terry Crews, man, one of the greatest comics, man. But I love him.
So good. And then whenever what's her name? I think it was Marlon Wayans. No, it was Dame. No, it was Marlon. He was laying on the beach, and then what's his name? The actor Terry Crews comes up and he's like, "Where did the sunlight go?" Or something like that. It's all his penis is like right in front of his face. He's like, "Hello, white." What do you say, white chocolate?
Easy white chocolate.
Easy white
Yeah,
chocolate.
wouldn't want you to melt. I've watched White Chicks so many freaking times. I love it.
That was a great. I love that movie. But it was funny. I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of a sensitive subject. I want none of the people being like,
Oh, it's so silly.
When it's comedy, it's comedy. You guys have to.
I know. I wish they would just leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Yeah. I mean, it's a joke. It's not serious. Yeah.
It is dark humor. That's what comedy. Some of it, there's different types of comedies, and the main one is just like dark humor, just funny stuff, making fun of yourself and other people. That's the point. That's the point.
But it's cool that you have a pretty like open family though. Like with they seem pretty supportive. Obviously, they know about everything. So
I don't know about my OnlyFans. Hopefully, they're not watching. Don't watch. No, I don't think they are. My little brothers, maybe. I don't know.
We don't watch. We just subscribe to support.
No. If my brothers are watching, exit now.
Is there something you want to talk about, at least on the podcast?
So I started doing OnlyFans, and a lot of people are like, "Oh my gosh, you should do OnlyFans," and this and that. And I was like, I don't know, I'm kind of nervous. So I started off, just wearing pasties, taking photos of just pasties on, and then I started getting a little bit more. I saw the money coming. I was like, oh, well, I wonder how much more money I could make if I show a nipple. So I was like,
one nipple. No, you're just gonna do the one.
Like that. So I was like, I took them off, and I started taking pictures topless. And then I was thinking, and I was like, oh, your photos are gonna be on the internet forever, and this, and that. And then my mind, like I said before, 50 years from now, who's gonna know who I am?
Right.
No one gives a fuck. Who cares? Look at her. Like, shit, man. And then plus, when I'm like 80 years old, I'm gonna show my kids, hey, look at me when I was naked. Look how good I look. Look at my titties.
They were here, now they're here.
I don't know. I might get surgery by then. I don't know. I'm just really scared to get surgery. I don't have breast implants. I'm pretty scared because they have to like cut around the nipple and then go down.
Well, there's different ones I know. Like they do one from the armpit. So
but those are girls with small boobs. If you already have big boobs, they go through the nipple and down because they have to do like a lift.
Why the hell would you get breast implants?
I'm not. I'm saying when I get older, maybe. If I'm still doing this when I'm 80 years old, I mean. When I'm 80 years old, and you never know. I might still be doing OnlyFans when I'm 80. Who knows? A lot of guys who like the grannies. I mean, come on. So, yeah.
I know the feet thing has been pretty crazy.
Oh, the
Is
feet
it?
fetish stuff?
Yeah, feet fetish
Have
stuff.
you done that?
Mm-mm.
No.
There's guys that ask like, cause I get like requests and stuff, and a couple of guys asked about feet, but not that much. It wasn't. It's not really like a big deal.
They're afraid to ask.
Yeah, and I'm like, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind that. But yeah, OnlyFans is doing really well. It helps me pay for like my rent. Thank you. Thank you. You're helping me pay my rent. So it helps me with that, and also helps me like with my cosplays and stuff like that. So
following on OnlyFans, like how much do you got? How much for followers at least?
Right now, I think I have about 60.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I have a pretty good. I don't have like hundreds and like thousands and stuff like that. But yeah, I charge $10 for a subscription, and sometimes I'll do like if I'm at a con, so I'm gonna start doing like if I'm at a con, as a cosplay guest, then I'm gonna drop it down to $5. So whoever comes in, I'm like, yeah, follow my OnlyFans. It's $5. You know, you get like a 50% discount or something. But like on my feed, I don't really show myself naked on my feed. I show more like, you know, like maybe like a little bit of nipple here, like teasing photos.
Yeah.
But then in their inbox, I do sets and I do videos and stuff like that, and that's where they pay.
Oh,
like
it's
the
more like
pay-per-view.
the paid content that they
Yeah.
want. Oh, okay. That's pretty much where I heard that's where usually the money comes from
So I'll
OnlyFans.
do like for instance, I got Tomb Raider. I did my Tomb Raider set, and I think I sold it for like $25, and it's like 20 photos and like 5 videos and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a pretty good amount. I mean, it's a pretty decent. It's not like super crazy expensive.
That actually sounds like a good deal.
Yeah. I know my friends are like, you need to go higher. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Because you know, the more people buy it, you know, and then that's more money.
With the low, I mean, of course, once you get like thousands and thousands of people, it's like, okay, maybe I gotta charge them a bit more because too many inboxes, you'll be like, all right,
yeah, you can set them all at once and stuff like that. And then I also do custom videos for like $100 too. So they'll send me money, and then I do like whatever they want me to do and dress up and stuff like that. Not a lot. I don't do sex on there, so there is none of this. With the fake one, but not a real one.
Okay, that was the next time. Like, what crazy like requests have you got? If you're comfortable saying what crazy request?
I've had a crazy. Well, it's not really crazy. It's whatever. I had a request for me. The guy wanted me to buy underwear and for me to like squirt in the underwear. So I was like, all right.
Yeah.
So I went to Victoria's Secret and I got a pair of underwear, and and I sent it to him. Through mail.
Crazy.
In a little package. Like it was like a hologram with like a see-through, and I put my underwear in there, and I put like a little note like, oh, thank you for supporting me. This and that.
How sweet.
Nice. With a little candy in there. Enjoy it. The sweetheart. And I'm taking it to the mail, and I'm like this. I'm like holding onto the bag, like in line, like, oh my god, I have my cum panties in here. Oh my god, I'm about to send this to somebody. I don't know who it is. But thank you for the money. I appreciate it.
Imagine like these mail workers, like what they don't know what they've handled. You know what I mean?
No. Those, I actually just opened up my own Etsy, and I'm selling prints on there for people who can't make it to my events. They can purchase through Etsy. And there was my first one was the Tomb Raiders. This guy bought like 5 Tomb Raider prints for me. I was like, oh my god, awesome. So I'm like I get them printed, I'm signing them and everything, and I sign them, and I'm in the mail, so I'm like holding like this, and I'm just like, So I get to the front of the guy, he's helping me. And then I go, I never mailed prints before. There's photos in here, and I just don't want them to get damaged, you know, because I never mailed prints before. It was my first time. And he goes, do you think this is a good package for it? Because when I put it in, and he's like, yeah. And he goes, I said, okay, cool. And then we were talking, and then he's like, oh, what kind of? I was like, yeah, they're my cosplay prints. He goes, oh, you're a cosplayer? I was like, yeah. And I was like, I will show you, but there were nude ones.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shit.
So they were my nude crop. They weren't clothed. So I was like, I will show you, but I'll just show you my head. And he's like, oh, he goes, you do, that's Laura Croft, that's you? And I said, yeah, I don't have no makeup on right now. I look totally different, but I can transform into anything. Yeah. So follow me on Instagram. He's like, oh my God, what is it? And I'm like, Porcelaindoll, 877. He's like, Porcelaindoll, 877. And the whole time, he was like checking me out on like my mail and stuff and putting it on information on his computer. And the whole time, he was like, Porcelaindoll, 877. Porcelaindoll, 877. He's like, remembering me. And then I got some more print spots and went back and I saw him and I was like, hey. He's like,
Dude. Yeah, nice.
That's cool. Now you got your own personal mail guy.
Oh, I'm going to him. Yeah, but they arrived safely, so now I know that's a good package. Just send them in. So. Yeah, I'm really perfectionist with a lot of things. Like I don't like to half-ass shit at all. Oh yeah. So my cosplay table, I try to make it look as professional as I can. I'm always looking up ideas like how to make my table look better, how to make it visually look good. You know, because a lot of people, what I research is people when they go to events and like cons and stuff, they look up. So when they see things going up, that it attracts them more than like just a plain surface, you know. So I've been trying to build up and stuff like that. So yeah. Are you getting hot? It's getting hot.
Yeah.
It's you.
I think your titties look bigger than mine.
I think I'm about a B. I'm a solid B, right?
Solid B.
Yeah.
You're gonna start taking away my clientele now. With all the tattoos, guys love tattoos on girls.
Especially the feminine ones. They want a bear. Yeah, for sure.
That's what I like. That's what I like.
I hate that so much. I get hit on by my men way more than women. I don't know what I'm doing. Why?
I mean, yeah. Me and my wife, when we want to go to a bar, and if I don't feel like paying or anything, I was like, hey, let's go to a gay bar.
I love gay bars. They're so fun. They are a blast. And they give you more alcohol.
The lesbians give my wife drinks, and then the guys give me drinks. I'm like, all right, yeah, let's go.
Yeah. I actually went when I was like extremely homophobic when I was younger, because that's how I was raised, right? And then I met somebody, and he basically put it into terms where I could understand, because I didn't want to be around him. You know what I mean? And he was like, "You think you're so fucking hot that every guy wants to fuck you?" And I was like, "Oh, no, yeah." And then it kind of switched something in my head, you know what I mean? So then I was like more apropos to like diving into the culture and stuff like that. So we went to our first gay bar. I forgot what it was called. And matter of fact, it was on Halloween.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Crazy on Halloween.
They will dress like awesome in Halloween. They dress awesome. Yeah.
Oh my God. But my first interaction when I was coming in, it was so packed that there was something poking me in the butt. And I was like, because there was so many people, and I was like, what the fuck is this, man? And then I turn around and I see some guy, some little gay dude, right? And it's no problem, whatever. And then it did it again, and I'm like, hey, and then I grabbed it, and then it was his sword, but he had fixed it up like this. He was a Roman soldier.
Yeah.
And it was like for the shadow, you know what I mean? Yeah. He's like, don't get it twisted. I ended up having like the best night.
Yeah,
It's
a lot of fun at gay
It was
clubs.
the heat.
They had good music there.
Yes. It was the
All
heat.
good dancers too.
Dancing and everything.
My buddy won $100, and then he spent it on booze for us. Yeah.
What, it was like a costume contest he won?
Oh no, he just stripped.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he ended up being Mr. Puerto Rico.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The year afterwards. Yeah.
But we thank you so much for being here.
You were such a pleasant guest.
It was an amazing guest.
Seriously.
Amazing.
Thank you.
But if you want to let the fans know, like, your plugs for all your social medias, anywhere they can find you, maybe, I know this will air a little bit after the Animal Hero Con, so if you have anything already pre-booked for March, you can let them know, or like late February, you can let them know.
Yeah,
And then
I'm trying to think what I have. I have like a whole schedule. Well, if you don't know me, I'm Porcelaindoll. My Instagram is Porcelaindoll 877. I also have YouTube. I do makeup on YouTube when I can, because oh my gosh, that takes forever, and I'm only one person. So I do makeup, and I edit all my videos myself. I do everything. Take my photos myself. I edit my own photos myself. So I do everything myself. So it's kind of hard for me sometimes to post YouTube videos. But when I do, my YouTube video name is Cosplay Chronicles 877. And then if you go to my Instagram, I have like a link there, and you can click it. It's called My Beacons, and I have like my Twitter on there, my OnlyFans, and even my YouTube too. You can click on there, and you can go from there.
What's your
Yeah.
OnlyFans?
What is it? I think it's Porcelaindoll.
Okay.
877. 877. I always do everything Porcelaindoll 877 or my media because I'm on media team. It's Cosplay Chronicles 877. That I do. And I'm trying to think. So yes, TCG Con is coming up during Super Bowl weekend. It's on the 10th and 11th in Houston. So I was like, nah, I don't really watch football, but it's just fun to go and party and get drunk. And like choose the teams, which I think the 49ers might win. I don't know. And I'm pretty good. Last year, I know it's so off subject. I'm sorry. I'm telling you I have ADHD. Last year, me and my parents went to Vegas for the Super Bowl because we go every year. But we're not going to go this year because fuck that. Because it's going to be at Vegas and the tickets and everything. Forget it. It took us an hour to get off the runway last year. We were sitting in the plane for an hour because there was so many people that wanted to go just to go to Vegas for the Super Bowl. So I can't even imagine. People are going to be on the runway for like 4 hours. Not only that, but yeah. And I'm really good at like seeing who's going to win. It's the most weirdest shit ever. And my parents, we got a VIP section. So we had like a whole tables. And I texted my dad and I was like, hey, who'd you vote for? Or who'd you bet on? And I was like, you need to bet on the Chiefs. I feel like they're going to win. And he was like, nah, we did something. But the whole betting is different. It's not just betting on the team. It's betting like on all sorts of stuff.
Plays and who runs what and
no idea. Okay.
Yes.
So my parents do this all the time, so they know. And I'm like, you should do the Chiefs or something. And he's like, no, we're going for the other team. And then the Chiefs won. But my uncle bet on the Chiefs, or he bet on something on the Chiefs, and he won $25,000.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and then I was like,
I told you.
with my what's it called? Adios motherfucker drink.
There you go.
I told you. Anyway, sorry, so off subject. But yeah, I can find everything on my beacons on my Instagram, and then yes, TCG Con is during the Super Bowl weekend. And that's gonna be in Houston, so it's a big trading card game. If you're into trading cards and stuff like that, it's a big old con. Yeah. And they have it. They're based out of LA, and they do it in Houston and also Miami, I think. So they travel the cons. And then the following weekend, I'm doing Anime Corpus Christi. And then after that, I don't even know. I have to look at my calendar. It's a lot of stuff, and I also do Houston horror. But I'm not able to do Houston horror this year because I'm a cosplay guest at Itchy Fiesta this year. Yeah, so but because it falls on the same day. Yeah. But and I think I'm doing Comic Palooza next month. Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, you're busy. Definitely.
Yeah. But it's a good busy. It's a fun busy. But like I said, I take all my photos myself. I'm really picky of the photographers. For one, because I do a lot of, if you see my Instagram, yes, my Instagram's kind of 18 and up, so sorry. Well, not sorry. You probably like it. But a lot of my cosplays are, 18 and up and stuff, and it's kind of hard for me to go to a photographer, them take pictures, because once they take that photos of me, they own that photo and they own that right of me, So it's not just that too. I just have to feel more comfortable, with the photographers and stuff. And then I also sell my prints. And I am not a cosplayer who gets professionally photos taken and then uses that and sells it and then doesn't give the photographer shit, because I'll never do that. But a lot of photographers don't want to get their stuff sold, or they want like a certain percentage. And each con or each event, I sell my prints at different prices. So it's like I just don't want to deal with drama, because I don't want to deal with any of that. So I was like, I'm just taking photos myself. So I take my photos myself. I edit all my photos myself. I take all my TikToks or like my Instagram reels. I do all that, all the editing and everything myself. Then the YouTube videos, doing my makeup, edit all those videos myself. So everything I do is literally on my OnlyFans. So, for instance, sorry, am I taking y'all's too much time?
No, go ahead.
Okay, sorry, I talk a lot. You can tell I live with myself. I have no one to talk to. For instance, like my Laura Croft, right? So I did the makeup. Well, let's not do Laura Croft. Let's do what's one that I did? Oh no, I don't want to do that one because I feel like that's too much Disney. Not Disney, but it's a cartoon. Let's just say Bowser. I did Bowser, right? So I did the makeup for Bowser and all that stuff. that probably took about 3 hours to do, just due to the makeup. And then I'm recording, on my phone, and then this is me doing this, and that for YouTube. And then I take off the phone, and then I'm also had to put my other phone on there for TikTok so I can do videos for it, of me applying the makeup and stuff like that. Or Sally. Sally's a good one too. And, so that takes like, I don't even know, 6 hours recording. And then I take photos of myself in the cosplay. So then I take photos of myself and TikToks. That's another like 4 hours. And then I have to do my OnlyFans after that, because I always do my OnlyFans in my outfits, And then I do my OnlyFans videos and photos. That's another like 3 hours. Yeah. And I'm like, I just want to get out of this costume. I go and I take a shower, and then so if I start at 10 in the morning, I don't go to bed till like 5 in the morning. Literally, that's me taking like an hour break to like eat and do stuff like that. But literally, I'm creating all day, and then the next day is me editing. So then I go back and I edit for like 3 days, 3 to 2 days. And I'm just there editing videos, photos for OnlyFans, the Instagram, and then my Instagram reels and my photos. And then I'm thinking, what's a good photo that I could do so I could print people will like, out of this whole set. So it's a lot of thinking. It's a lot of creativity and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a whole job.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, you're right.
Thing,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I think because I love it so much. I mean, I don't really know how the other cosplayers do it. Everyone's different. Everyone does their content different, But I just I always want to put 110% in everything that I do. I've always been that way. I've always been that way into my craft and stuff. And then it's kind of hard because I'm like, I don't want to post too much on Instagram because people are gonna get tired of me. Like, man, she does a lot. So I was trying to like separate the days, like, oh, I wonder what she's gonna have next. Kind of like on the edge of your seat, like, oh, I wonder what she's gonna do next, and this and that.
You gotta differentiate between Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and then what kind of publication you're gonna put on each one. How you're gonna change it up, and so
thing.
it seems like it's not a job.
It's a whole process, man.
Yeah, like what we do, we love it.
Yeah,
but it's a job. We're always like, getting in contact with you per se. You know what I mean? Trying to find other people and other ventures and moving forward and stuff like that. So I can't even imagine. On top of that, putting makeup on
and videotaping it, because I don't even know. Like, this is my first time ever doing YouTube. I've never done YouTube, and I just started 8 months ago and already have almost 2,000 followers on there. Damn. So yeah, and I think because my Grinch video popped to like 200,000 views on my Grinch one. Yeah, I did the whole Grinch makeup and stuff like that. Yeah, that one was fun. I like that one. But yeah, it's a lot of like, it's like the Grinch. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do the Grinch. How am I gonna do this? I have no idea, and I just start putting makeup on, and hopefully it comes out for the best. Just like, please let it come out good, because I don't know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing, but I don't know the design of the makeup. I wing a lot of my makeup most of the time.
It was pretty cool. I liked it. Yeah. All your stuff I like, actually.
Yeah. And with a Grinch one, I got the bodysuit and I had it in my mind, because I visually see my cosplays in my mind, and then I make it into reality, right? Yeah. And I saw myself in a Grinch outfit in in a bikini, Christmas bikini on, like something funny.
Like candy cane or something.
Yeah. So I ordered the Grinch bodysuit, and then I ordered the lingerie. Yeah. And it just had the strap across, so the nipples. Oh my God. I started laughing in the mirror. I laugh at myself all the time. And I'm in my mirror and I'm like, oh my God, this is gold. I want to go out somewhere. Let's go out somewhere. But I was FaceTiming my girlfriends. I FaceTimed my friend Elizabeth. I was like, she was like, cracked. She was at a restaurant. She's like, oh my God, that's freaking awesome. Is that did you paint your body? I was like, oh no, girl, it's a bodysuit. It's a bodysuit. She's like, that is so funny. But I like to make people laugh, so it's great. Yeah. Sorry.
So we had a very, very good time.
Very great time.
Porcelain Doll. Follow us on Pulse. Like and subscribe. She's a squirter.
Yeah, so go check that out. Go get that, you know.
I didn't even know that was a thing until I was like, oh, what's happening? What's happening to me? Am I peeing? Do I think I'm peeing? I don't know. Does it smell like urine? I don't know what's happening. Actually, it is kind of pee though. So
Thank you guys
I was about
for
to go to my
watching.
OBGYN.
We'll squirt y'all later. Bye.
Squirtle.